It's Christmas.
Merry
Christmas. It's a more Christmas.
From more
Christmas. We've got Celina Lee underneath on the podcast, my girlfriend. Round of applause. And we're doing a special Christmas episode, a New Year's episode, all in one, and that is this here. And I've got some things I want to talk about, but first I want to start with a story of a few Christmases past, right? So I used to be in an a cappella group, right? Touch of Class. And I used to be la 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 la, all that kind of shit. And this was my first year being in the group. And we would go back to middle school, which was right across the street, and we would perform a Christmas concert for all of the middle school students and all of the middle school teachers that were there, right? So I'm like, this is my opportunity for everyone who said I wouldn't be shit. You know, I felt like Eminem. You know, my teachers told me I wouldn't be nothing. I went back and I was like, here I am singing. You know what I mean? And I come down with a vicious set of the flu, and like I am sicker than a dog. I'm like puking and stuff like that, and I tough it out. Instead, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So we go to the first stop, and dude, I'm pale as a ghost. I'm beat up. I really look like a ghost, like Ghost of Christmas Past. And I'm singing, and the whole day leads us to a big finale in the big middle school gym, right in front of everybody. Like all the bleachers filled with students, and my former teachers are there and everything. And I'm here to show them, you know, I'm this fucking singing guy, you know? And
oh my God.
And dude, before you know it, like I'm singing the songs, and halfway through the set, I just had to walk. I had to I'm the lead tenor, so I'm like leading my boys into battle with this song right in front of everyone. We got microphones and stuff. And I literally just turn around and go right into the locker room and just fucking hurl. I'm puking, and it was bad, dude. But then I was like, I gotta go back, right? Because I'm like, this is my shot. So I go back out after one of the songs ended, and everyone's applauding and stuff like that. And I'm like, I put up my microphone, and everyone starts cheering again because it was like obvious that I was so sick. And I still got my redemption, but dude, I just remember being sick as a dog performing Christmas music to middle school students, man.
To middle school students.
I had a little Santa hat on, the red button-up shirt, the black tie. I looked so good.
Was your family there to support you, however, though?
No, this is strictly just for the schools.
Oh, okay.
Shelly's like, I demand to see my son sing.
I demand it. Well, one year I was the lead. I think it was 6th grade. I was King Arthur in our school play. It might have been 5th grade. I think it was 5th grade. And
that's the last year of school plays, I think.
Yeah, and I had the cape, I had the crown. I was running around with a makeshift sword and all that shit. Remember, dude? I was King Arthur, and unfortunately, nobody recorded it. They just never thought I'd like to see that ever.
My mom actually has a recording of that.
Really?
Yeah, she actually does. And one of our Christmas plays, my mom actually has on DVD.
Wow, dude.
I would have to go like deep into her shit.
It's somewhere though.
Stuff.
You're gonna have to do that for me, bro.
But no, she definitely has one. I think we were in like 3rd or 4th grade when she got it, and I was like a reindeer, like. Dude, the most fucked up thing, actually, speaking of school plays, the most fucked up role I've ever played, right? So we had a spring play. I think it was in like 3rd or 4th grade. And it was like A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody got to be something. Bro, they made me a bed bug.
Oh my God, I remember this, yo. I remember
so
this.
I had to wear pajamas up there. And then my mom was like, what were you? And I was like, a bed bug. And she was like, I thought you guys were all cockroaches. I was like, hell yeah.
Dude, I was a scorpion for that play. My stepmom made me a fucking scorpion tail, and I was in all black. And
I love the insect choices for this: a bed bug, a cockroach, and a scorpion. Like, who is directing this?
Imagine they all walking into
a bed bug, a cockroach, and a scorpion walk into a bar.
What about like a gentle, like a ant, or like a ladybug? You know,
Hold on.
Cockroach. Something that would survive a nuclear blast.
Ryan, do you remember the school play I swear, dude, I think I vividly remember this. Were you ever like a bug or someone that had to dance and you were like doing the worm or some shit? Was that you?
I do remember doing the worm on stage for something because I was
Bro,
like,
I swear it was a play and it was just you, and the way you were doing that shit was so funny, dude. I literally could shut my eyes and still see it.
At
The
a
way you were
school
slamming
event?
your little nuts on the floor.
I think I remember Ryan doing the worm at like Isaiah's birthday party up in like Slater's.
yeah.
Ryan just goes random places, does the worm.
I'm telling you, that was my only talent. Like before I could sing, before I was funny, it was just I learned how to do the worm and I did it everywhere. You know what I mean? But so last thing on plays and such like that, I was Teen Angel my freshman year of high school in the musical Grease, right? Mr. Anderson's last production, and
Man.
we were Grease. So I was also a greaser with my hair slicked back. I was like, you know, and then I was Teen Angel in all white. I had makeup on, my hair slicked back, and I had to sing Beauty School Dropout to Laura Helmer, and I sang that shit. And I remember being so nervous, like literally like shaking in my boots, but I did it. And when it was all said and done, again, they were like, sorry, we didn't get any recording of this. Like the school, the people who were supposed to come and professionally record it never showed up, or there was a problem with the contracts. So there was never any recording of it. And I always in my mind, I just asked my mom about this, like maybe when she was here, I was like, Mom, did I really just bomb? Did I fail like so epically hard that you were like, we're going to protect him from this and we're never going to show him the recording? Like, I really thought like that's what it was. Like they had recordings, but they just didn't show me because I did so terrible. But
And we're here to tell you today, it was.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I went to an art school and there was plays all the time, and I remember being an orphan in Annie.
Oh my God.
Hard Knock Life. And a princess and the Princess and the Pea.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember. We used to do like 2 plays a year. I was always just a nice supporting role in the back.
A nice supporting role. Hell yeah.
An orphan. She's like, can I have another?
Please.
I think looking back, if Mr. Anderson was the one directing it, it would have probably been really fun to been involved in something like that. But I could totally see like behind the scenes, like leading up to the whole show. It's like a drama. It's like a reality TV show. And, like, the older guys are pissed off at Ryan, and he's got to prove himself out there.
Yeah.
He's sitting his heart out. And then Mr. Anderson's getting all pissed, and he's cursing, and he's like walking down the halls, and the cameras are following him.
Right? And then as soon as he steps on stage, he's like, hi.
I just needed to step away, everybody.
He's awesome.
That's so funny.
He's awesome. I got another Christmas story for you guys.
I picked him as my honored educator.
Really?
In school.
I picked Mr. Watts. But yeah, Mr. Anderson was so sick, dude. He was awesome. That guy ruled.
Yeah, he really did.
But so every year for Christmas, when I was back home for Christmas, my father and stepmom would always get a family gift that everyone, it was like a game that everyone would play on Christmas. You know what I mean? You would open up all your separate presents, and then we would have a family present that we opened, and it was like, you know, Uno or fucking Connect Four, whatever it was, right?
That's dope.
And yeah, and so this time it was some kind of card game, and I was on aux cord, right? So we have the whole family sitting around, right? And there was this song called "What's New, Pussycat," which is a classic song from the 1965 by Tom Jones, right? It's called "What's New, Pussycat." And it goes, "What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa." And then he's like, "Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do." And he's like singing about this pussycat. And in my mind, I thought it was just like he was singing about like an alley cat. You know what I mean? But no, it's a direct metaphor to pussy. And dude, I'm playing this song in front of my entire family. Like, and it's like a 3-minute song. I played it till the very last second because I really liked it. I was like, "Isn't this great, you guys?" And it's a song about this guy singing about pussy, dude. And I just remember, well, now looking back at it, I'm so like, how the fuck did I was like the only one who blind to that. You know what I mean? And
I hate those moments when they're like, you didn't know that, or like there's certain sexual references or references that like you learn growing up that you're the last person to learn.
Yeah,
And then,
you're
everyone,
right,
and then
yeah.
everyone looks at you like you're an idiot. But it's like, no, guys, no, we were all here at one point.
Yeah.
This is just my
Everybody
time
learns
now.
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my goat when we did Secret Santa, you know, where you just have to get a gift for someone, they don't know you're getting it for them, you know. My go-to if I got a girl for like 4 years, no matter who you were to me, like a friend, a family member, whatever, a girlfriend, you were getting a scarf for me. You were getting a motherfucking scarf. That was my go-to present, was a scarf. And that's that. I just
It's like they're opening all the gifts, and then the one girl, whoever it is, opens the scarf, and they have to guess who it is. And it's the year 3. And they're like, Ryan's sitting there like, oh, she's never going to find out. She's never going to find out.
But there's like
She's
4
like-
presents. There's
And
like
then
4
she's like-
presents for my sisters at home, and they're all wrapped the exact same way. And the first one opens it up, they're like, "Oh yeah, a nice scarf." The second one opens up, "Oh yeah, a nice scarf." And by the third and the fourth one, they already know it's gonna be a scarf in the box,
And the
And then
fourth
you're
one, it's
like-
really a puppy.
right? Yeah, the last one, it's a fucking, it's a damn flying squirrel.
What were your guys' like favorite family traditions growing up on Christmas? Like any like out of the park ones that you wouldn't think
Well,
of?
Honestly, my favorite, and it sounds so silly, but every Christmas morning, me and my family get McDonald's breakfast right after we open our presents.
That explains so
They were gonna
much.
be open.
Yeah. It just better explain the most.
Dude,
Um,
my family's Christmas exchange was like a Secret Santa, except we bet on whose gift would get stolen the most.
Right,
So like
yeah.
if I got like one year I got like a car cleaning kit for like $20. Dude, my strategy was I walk into Walmart, whatever's in the middle aisles, like walking down, there's always some crazy like good deal thing
Yeah,
around
right.
the holidays. So I found this car cleaning kit and I won. And then one year I bought a Duck Dynasty pillow and I won.
What?
Yeah, right. Like a Duck Dynasty pillow.
Hold the phone. Good gravy.
Everyone's
That's
trying to
good.
cuddle with Psy.
Right?
Damn.
I'm trying to think, man. I mean, yeah, we used to go sledding over at Heigl Park in Catawba. We would go out there. They had this huge hill, and we would sled. You know what I mean? We would go to the top and come down, and then go back up, and then go down again. You know, that's what
Taft Hill.
We did that, Taft.
Heigl Park. But Taft Hill,
No, fuck Heigl Park. Taft Hill.
Yeah, Taft Hill's worth that.
no, it's just not.
No, wait, Heigl Park's the one in Catawba, right?
Yeah, I said that.
The one single hill. Like there's
Yep.
a one single.
Yeah, just one big fucking hill.
Yeah, no, I.
And it's right in the middle of like a field.
yeah.
So there's field around it and then just one huge mountain. Like that's gotta be just what do you think's in the center of that? Trash?
Well, I used to coach soccer over there.
Really?
I
Over at
did.
Heigl Park?
My little sister Kaylee's soccer team. It was an 8U, and me and my Aunt Erica were the head coaches. That it was like right when I graduated high school, and I was
No
like,
way.
yeah, it was like I was like Coach Money.
Coach
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Cutest
so, like,
shit
I
I've
would
ever
have to
heard.
like get them all hyped, bro. And dude, trying to get like these little girls super hyped for a game, bro, is so fucking funny, bro.
Dude, that's
Because
so-
like I had this one girl, right? Her name was Janine, which was very odd. Because like, why would you give a little girl that name? But
yeah.
Only old
I
ones.
was like, "Are you ready, Janine?" She was like, "Yeah!" She would scream loud as fuck, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, kill it out there, sister." No, she would scream so loud that it would just be like, "All right, you just."
You're like,
hyped
you
the
killed
whole
it.
team." Yeah, you
Oh,
went
man.
like the whole team.
Well, that makes
But you
me-
know, I was a coach, so I was like, "Yeah, let's get it." I had my clipboard and shit. Didn't know what I was doing. Don't know a thing about soccer. Go! Go!
My mom used to coach my sister's volleyball team in Fremont, and I was kind of like the part-time assistant coach. Like, and so that's why I'm so good at volleyball. Is just because I was constantly just setting and helping people learn how to play volleyball. But
You're so good.
that's why I'm so good. But my mom did that for a while. But back to you saying you were hyping kids up. Do you guys remember when our coaches be like, the whole first week of practice would just be running and conditioning and all that bullshit, and then you finally put the pads on, and then coach was like, "You guys want to hit?" You remember that? And then
And we're like, yeah, let's hit each other. Let's play some do some hamburger drills.
No, dude,
Yeah,
I would freak out. I'd be because in my mind, I was like, I'm going to intimidate everyone who goes against me. So I would freak out, and be like, yeah, I want to hit. I was rolling on the ground, like punching the ground, like I want to hit, trying to look like a crazy person. So all my teammates would be like, fuck, it's already in their mind.
What sport?
Football.
I buried him the next play.
Yeah, right. He's just fucking demolished me. I'm like, I don't want to hit.
I don't want to hit no more. Dude, it's so funny because the other day I was just telling Nick my favorite thing about that 70s show is when like Hyde and Kelso fight, and then Kelso's like, "Oh my eye."
Dude, the thing is, if I envision Ryan like getting ready for football hitting, like I thought he was gonna go a completely different direction where we're all like getting in a huddle, like getting each other ready, and then someone's like, "What's Moshe doing over there in the corner?" And he's like twiddling his thumbs, he's like cracking his knuckles, he's sweating down his face.
He's like, not again, not
like,
again.
Good, man. He's like, oh yeah, man, I'm just getting ready to hit. I'm just getting ready to hit somebody. And then he gets on the field in the hamburger drill, nervous, and then he just has that switch flip, and he's like, and he starts running at the other guy like all crazy, like unathletic, but it's just like, what do you do with that? And he just takes him out with all that Moshe force he's got in him.
And then I get up off the ground, and in my white football pants, there's just brown streaks all down the back. I just shit myself. Oh, good grief. I was going to say something. I can't quite remember where I was going with it. I guess I'll just pivot to a different story about you guys have been to the emergency room, right?
No.
Like, yeah, Joe actually took me to the emergency room the one time I was there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we were playing basketball at James Park, and there was I was playing defense, and then some kid had the ball, and I was like over top of him, and he came up with his head like this because I was over top of him, and he like wanted to like bring the ball out to create space, and his head hit my head actually right here on this eye.
I remember that.
It's a small scar, but you can't see it, and so contact was made instantly, and I put my hand over my face. And I closed my eyes, and then I opened it, and I saw red all over my hand. And I looked up at Joe, and everyone's eyes just opened up. Like I could see, it was so crazy.
Was wide open.
And then Joe's like, "Oh my god, get in the car, we're going to the ER, man." And then
he's like, half of your face is falling off.
Yeah,
dude, for real,
it was gashed open, but they stitched me right up.
Yeah.
And then I took the stitches out. My mom actually was like, I'll take the stitches out. And then she was like, she took forever to like get a couple out. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. You're my son. So I just don't want to hurt you. I'm like, give me that. Well, I took them out myself. Yeah.
Jesus God. That's insane. I don't have the stomach for it.
Dude, I want to go back to this thing really quick. Back to sledding for just a second, because do you guys know the bumps in the Taft Hill?
Yes.
Hill ramp off of, like in the middle of the hill. I never did those because my mom put the fear of God in me that I was gonna like break my neck or something if I did it. She's like, all those other kids out there, they're gonna hurt themselves, they're gonna break their ankles, they're gonna twist their wrists, and you are gonna go down the safe hill. And I'm like, but Mom, she's like, you will die.
Dude, I used to hit the ramp so hard and just throw my body so I'd wipe out.
Literally, dude. Yeah, we would get outrageous. We would just fucking be
Ryan, remember the one time when we just got done smoking on Taft Hill? It's like 11 o'clock at night. We're all high laughing. And I was like, hey, Ryan, can I just ask a favor? And then he's like, what? I was like, can you just tumble down this hill for me? Like, take your hat off, let your hair go, and just fall down the hill. And he was a real one, and he did it.
I did,
and, I sat there, and I laughed repeatedly for, like, good 20 minutes. And then, we got back to our lives.
Did you guys ever sled with inner tubes? Like the ones that go in
So in Cleveland,
wait, is that the one you get inner tube, like you get inside of it?
Circle, like a donut.
It's like an inflated.
Oh yeah, like a lazy river donut. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So in Cleveland, there's this huge ass hill, bro. Like you have to get up by escalators, and it's called Devil's Hill. And my Aunt Erica took me, Jazz, and like a bunch of us there when we was kids, and we would just slide down this big ass hill and be like, and then fall over on purpose.
Wow.
All the joys in the world.
I like going to Mad River Mountain and stuff like that. I went there a couple times, did some tubing. You guys ever been to Mad River Mountain? No. It's in Ohio.
Did you guys go to the one in Mansfield? I think it is. It's like the glow tubing.
Yeah, I never did the glow tubing, but I know there was something in Mansfield. I believe I went there at some point when I lived in Ohio.
Yeah, they
up.
also had that escalator thing.
But what I was gonna say about the ER is this one time I had this serious stomach pain, right? And like I had it all day at school, and I finally get home from school, dude, and I just like it got worse and worse and worse. And I just remember pacing around my room, like walking in circles because I was taking my mind off of the pain. I was just walking in circles, literally like like I was literally
Making
like
it worse.
I could not stop.
Thinking about it.
Well, yeah, like it was involuntarily like moaning and groaning, right? And I'm just walking in circles, holding my stomach for like hours, dude, like maybe 2 to 3 hours. And finally, Phil comes home from work, and he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know, my stomach hurts so bad. My stomach hurts." And he's like, all right, just relax." And dude, finally it got worse. And he's like, "Oh shit, like I need to take you to the emergency room." He thought my like appendix had burst or something like that. He thought like I was having some real internal like bleeding. And we get to the ER, and they put me in this chair, right? And they start pushing on my stomach, and it hurts so bad. And they had to do an x-ray on my stomach, and it turned out I had a bubble inside my stomach, like in my intestines. I had a fucking bubble. So, and it was like, that's why it hurt so bad. And like I was still in pain, but Phil was laughing about it because he's like, you know, appendix doesn't
It's
hurt.
like Rick and Morty when Morty's on the ground in the first episode, and then Rick. It's like if what's his face was just point laughing, and you're just in pain for like 5 minutes, and then he's like, "All right, I should do something about this now."
Yeah, and so they come in with this this cup, you know, it's just like a little cup full of this green sludge, thick, dark green sludge, and they called it the green frog. I don't know where this came from. How common is it that you get a bubble in your stomach and people are drinking this shit? You know what I mean? Like how common? And so I don't know where it came from, but it tasted like plastic and medicine, and it just tasted so bad. And they're like, drink the entire thing. So I drink it, and it moved its way through my body and eventually popped, and my stomach went. It like my I'm kidding, that didn't happen, but eventually like
you just farted really loud.
but eventually the pain went away, and I had this. That's the story of how I had a bubble in my stomach.
Nice.
But yeah,
stomachs.
Bubbles and stomachs, man. That's my album.
When you guys were children, what if you had to think of one Christmas memory or moment, more or less, I guess, not memory moment, but a gift that you received or gave to someone that you were like as a kid, like, oh my God, it's like God in all his glory just shines through this one present that you asked for, you know? What was that for you?
I feel like I always ask for stuff and then I got other shit, but but
hear that guy? You hear that, parents of Ryan?
But no, I got an Xbox, and that was everything to me. I remember getting that Xbox, and that was kind of the big one. And then as for gifts I've given, I mean, I gave my sister a Pandora ring one time. That was big. I don't know. I can't think of any other big time gifts. What about you?
Me?
Anybody?
I got this Xbox 360 Modern Warfare 2 edition. No idea it was about to be in Modern Warfare 2, and I was just like, I want an Xbox so I can play with my friends and, you know, kill people like I'm in the military. Right. And then I open this, and it's all black MW2. I was just so taken by it, and it was amazing. It's now gone. I sold it probably for like $100 3 or 4 years ago when I wanted to buy some weed or something.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah.
I think mine, honestly, like I got an Xbox 360 too, and I was super hyped about that, like at the time. But I would honestly say I was more hyped about getting my Wii than anything. Like, when I got my Wii for Christmas, and it came with the Wii Sports, and my mom got the Michael Jackson experience. So, like, dude, I was on there, like, trying to perfect Billie Jean and Dirty Diana every day. And then I became the Wii Sports bowling GOAT. You know, no flex.
No.
But no, that was me.
That might be in your household, but that's not ever.
No, that was
because I would beat your ass in Wii Bowling.
I would confidently.
I would
bet a
take
paycheck
you
on
in
it.
Wii Bowling.
I love Wii Bowling.
It would be like a
Dude.
first round, like 1 seed versus
Crazy.
16 seed matchup. You know, I'm the 1 seed. I
How
go
about
in there
Wii-
real quick. I clean.
Dude,
the
I've
kitchen.
got put money on. I spent more time on the Wii than you did.
Nah, well,
How about Wii boxing though?
Wii boxing.
I would beat you in that too.
I love Wii boxing.
So
Ryan's like, if I can't beat your ass in real life, I can beat it virtually.
He's like,
for Christmas one year, I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, and my parents like picked me up while I was sleeping and put me in their bed and completely redid my room. I loved ladybugs at the time. So they, again, like removed me from my room and completely redid my room. Ladybug, like pillowcases, blankets, rug, decorations, curtains, everything was ladybugs. And so then they put me back in my bed, and when I woke up on Christmas, I was like, whoa.
That's a trip.
And
What was the way?
That
Were
is
you
awesome.
completely asleep when you?
Yeah, I don't remember them waking me up. I don't remember them moving me. I just remember waking up the next morning and being like, is this another, am I still dreaming? Is this like what? So I was like ready for Christmas, and I was like, wait, the gift's here. Like, ladybugs. It was so crazy.
See, in the comedy movie that plays in my head, your parents rush in like CIA agents. You're like, "Who's there?" And then they wrap you up and just toss you
right.
and you're tied up, like, "Help me, help me!" And then they grab you and toss you back into the room, but just enough. They cut the things just enough where you can get out, and you turn the light on, and you're like,
Whoa.
No, that's really cool though. But yeah, to go to sleep in one room and wake up in a completely different room would be insane.
Yeah, they did it right. I don't know how I didn't wake up. I guess I'm a heavy sleeper, or maybe I did wake up.
My mom.
That's a very underrated gift that I never thought of. Was like asking for a whole room makeover. And did you ask for it? You didn't, or was this?
No. That was just a gift. I was at the age where it was like all my little kid stuff, like that was like mix matched, and they wanted to like do like my twin bed all fixed up and like actually have like my room set up instead of just all those little kid things.
Yeah.
So I would say I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Nice.
And they just wanted to do it. That was just their gift for me.
Hell yeah. Speaking of waking up in a different room, have you guys ever been sleepwalking? Like, have you ever actually went to sleep in one room and woke up in another room?
No.
Not that I
Dude, oh my God. When I was a kid, like, I remember faking like I was sleepwalking, but I did it really fucking well. And I don't remember how I heard about this, but literally, like, my parents were downstairs watching TV, and I straight up, like, got up and acted like I was sleepwalking and went down the stairs into the kitchen, made a mess, and walked back up. And never said anything about it. And then the next morning, they were like, "Do you remember sleepwalking?" Like, maybe they were just trying to make me feel like less of a fucking idiot. But they really played through. And like, I think I pulled one on them, like the sleepwalk. I slept.
Did you ever tell them?
I'm sure it came out that I was kidding or something. I was joking, or I was completely awake. But
I used to sleepwalk regularly. Actually, I'd wake up, I'd go to sleep in my bed, or I'd go to sleep on the couch, and I'd wake up in different
you seem
spots.
like the type, dude. You really seem like the type.
Explain to me the type. Explain to me the type exactly. You look at me and you're just like, "Oh, sleepwalker."
No, yeah, for real. Straight up.
Ryan, you look like a guy that works indoors. Well, that didn't hit the way I wanted it to, but anyways, moving forward here.
Porcelain.
Something I was gonna talk about is you know what I mean. Like Christmas, as much as fun as it is, it's just different. You know what I mean? Than what it used to be as a kid. You wake up, you go there and you're in your pajamas, or you're in your underwear and no shirt, and you can't help but yourself just to run and just start looking at the presents. You got your family making coffee and you smell eggs, and my family would make geta in the morning. You play cards, you know, and then you go and just hang out and do whatever. And now I woke up and I had a snoring Joey next to me, and you know, it was freezing cold outside. I'm in Key West. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, dude, and I think that's just getting older. You know what I mean? Like that's just a part of getting older and stuff like that. And that's makes you cherish those times before when it was like that so much more. And then so right now it's like you had that. Now we don't have that. And then when we have kids and a family and we're older, we are able to give that to to our children or to the people around us. You know what I mean? So I think we're just in this in between period where it's like, yeah, like we don't. Well, I guess we could still make it like that today if you really put an effort in and you fucking got up and made your coffee and decorated your entire house and got a tree and put presents under. You would have it, but still, it would be different. You know what I mean?
Because we're traveling. We're traveling light.
It's almost like an initiation thing, though. It's like after you've been served this event, you have to be the server of the event, you know? Yes. And that's just the world's like, your time has come, you know, you're gone, you're leaving. You don't get this anymore. It's like, oh, damn, that sucks. And then you got to do it yourself.
You got till it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have, did you have more on that about how Christmas is different?
Oh, no, this is different.
Okay, because I wanted to do a new bit with you guys. I'm very excited about this one. You guys are familiar with the Urban Dictionary, yeah?
Yeah. Are we about to look up our names?
That funny type shit? How'd you know, bro?
Bro, right when you said Urban Dictionary, I knew exactly what you were aiming for. Let's do it.
All right. So the word of the day is have a fucking December, an all-inclusive saying that acknowledges all traditions in December, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, non-celebrating. Merry Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but thank you and have a fucking December. Okay. The dude with the hair of 56 made that. Okay. So what let's do though is look up our names. These are just targeted.
We will start with Ryan. Go ahead, Mr. Moshe.
I don't think we should start with me.
What? Okay. What about our guest Celina? Celina Underwood.
Okay. Celina Underwood,
or just Celina?
Celina. Okay.
Near. My bad.
Let's just see if this is accurate. Celina, a kind girl who seems shy at first. She has brown or black hair and amazing eyes. Check. She's a great friend and is very loyal. Check. Every once in a while, she will do something that surprises you.
Check.
She is mysterious. And when you think about it, you don't know much about her past. She is very strong in what she believes and will love people with all of her heart. She is intelligent and knows things that most people don't. Now, 1 out of 10, what would you rate that about Celina here?
I'd say pretty accurate.
You know, yeah, good 9, 9.5. Yeah, solid out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a good 8. I'll give it an 8. So yeah, that's pretty accurate. So
wait, is there more? Wait, there's more definitions though, right? Like there's more.
Gorgeous.
Celina is very gorgeous, sweet, but can be rude at times. She also very pretty.
Petty.
Petty. She'll speak her mind whenever it's time. If you meet a Celina, you'll be very lucky. She's a keeper and one of a kind. That one's about a 6, you know. No.
She's got him trained well. Did you see? He said petty and he said pretty.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's go to our next one. Joe, do you prefer Joseph or Joseph?
What did you say?
Did you say Joseph or Joseph?
I did say that. Okay,
oh, God.
Joseph.
This one's long.
The most amazing man to exist. He's a total nerd, but he knows how to treat people he cares about. Faithful, kind, caring, sweet, and hilarious. Joseph is the best friend anyone could ever have. He's always looking out for everyone else. He can beat any dungeon on any video game, read any comic, and tell you who would win a versus. Can get into very long...
Dude, the versus battles in rap and in boxing and fighting, dude. Yeah, that's so accurate. Yeah.
Can get into a very long discussion on LOTR. We'll have to look what that is. Anime and manga, and even the Bible.
He's never opened the Bible.
That's not happening. I was BBS champion of the year in 2008, 2009.
He has a very unique sense of humor. Joseph is definitely a guy you want to get to know, whether you be a guy or a lady. Okay, but ladies, you can give up if he's taken. He is extremely faithful to the girl he loves and usually doesn't indulge in relationships that don't have potential.
I totally
wish Joseph would give me a chance. We should keep going down though, because the first one's always like nice, but the ones after that are funny.
What would we rate that though? What would we rate that for him?
I think I'd give that a 7.
7.
because I thought at the beginning it's like he's a total nerd, and I was like, he loves being called an emo cat.
I am an emo cat.
And then and then he wears the Monarchs now. So I'm like, wow, that first.
Yeah, Ryan, I didn't even tell you. Holy shit! Actually, I'll wait till we're done with this. I'll wait till we're done. Remind me.
Okay, write it down or something. Okay, Joseph, fantastically hot guy in our class that makes you melt with just one look. Of course, he does that sexy scowling thing with his eyes. He's got gorgeous brown hair and eyes, and whenever he talks to you, you get the butterflies inside. He's smart, sweet, and extremely flirty. Check. If you meet a Joseph, it would be incredibly idiotic to let him go.
10 out of 10.
I want to bring a picture up of you in high school just so we can compare and see what the audience thinks about you being that super fantastically hot kid in class. He was stunning.
Fuck
guys.
no.
He was beautiful.
Fuck no. I didn't get hot till I left there.
Nicholas.
A boy's name.
The boy's name. If you're friends with a Nicholas, never let him go. His love and companionship is something rare. Nicholas means victory of the people, but honestly, it's different from who they really are. Nicholases are typically different from everybody else. They're handsome and their laugh can rock your world. They can never fail to make you smile. To be honest, Nicholas is a very smart person who tends to be lazy. His constant pranks and jokes can make for a good time and can make him the subject of the majority scorn or dislike. Nicholas or Nix have a strong sense of pride and aren't afraid to fight for what he wants or loves, but he knows when to stop. Nicholases are very smart but lazy, which can frustrate his friends. But more than anything, he is loved and he is loving. Nicholases can sometimes be shy.
Nicholas found her crying and swore that he would never let someone hurt his friend.
That's
He
how
swore to that.
Let's see what else there is. What's that?
Nicholas is the superior way to spell Nicholas.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Good going.
Someone perfect, someone who's charming, sweet, and caring. A super duper. Oh, Nicholas is super duper cute. He has a bright smile, but he never uses it. He's such a star. And Nicholas has the best vibe where it's hard not to find him completely irresistible. If you have a Nicholas, never be stupid enough to let him go.
Dude, I thought I looked up my name one time and I saw like a really, really funny definition that it was like not an insult, but not like something you would just say. It was weird. Anyways, let's see. Ryan, a guy.
Oh, man.
A guy who likes to read his own name on this website.
So that's the underlying motive in all of this.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm a Ryan too. You don't need to hear other people say you're great and funny. We both already know that. Keep being Ryan, from Ryan. Being Ryan is fucking great. Let's see.
That's literally something Ryan would type.
Look at this one. Ryan is Ryan. He always likes to Ryan. Even when he's feeling Ryan, you'll know he'll feel Ryan eventually. Ryan likes Ryan walks on the Ryan. It's Ryan time. Ryan always has been Ryan and nothing else.
Dude, I want to make that a fucking TV show about your life. It's Ryan time.
It's Ryan time. So I got one more.
Yeah, Ryan, you're done.
He wakes up and he's super hungover after a long night of drinking and an alarm goes off. And he's trying to hit it off. And he falls face first onto the ground. He's in his tighty whities and then he brushes his teeth. And it's just an ongoing, still thing of events from there on out.
Well, my toothbrush is made of like a little action figure of me. My mirror is me. Like everything is made out of me. Like my bed is me. Like my whole head, like in my mouth's open where I lay.
You open up your cabinet to get a cup of coffee and you grab a cup and it's your face.
Yeah, right. My head is the mug,
Yeah, and the flavor of coffee is called Ryan's favorite flavor of coffee. But no one knows what it is. It's just Ryan's favorite
we can
flavor
look
of
up
coffee.
last names too. That's dope.
We have my last name here, Mojay, and that's dumbass whore fucking scam. Yeah, so that's where we're at.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Hispanic
name.
Hispanic name, which based on common people with the last name like me, probably means smart, sexy, and powerful.
Thanks.
The shy one who seems distant, but in reality has a lot on his mind. Check. A strong male with a huge penis.
Urban Dictionary just lost all credibility.
Manus.
Manus.
When a boy takes mayonnaise out of a jar, preferably with the hand, and spreads it in his girl's bum hole, he will then proceed to pick it out of her bum hole. Dang, dude, last night I gave my girl the best mayonnaise ever.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Dude, this is
I guess I have
fucking
to follow up with that.
No, let me know how it feels.
Nick gets on there and he types like, man, it's such a respectful last name.
I could not agree more with this definition.
All right, under near.
It won't come up.
Why?
That's actually the first time I've actually heard somebody like
Seen my last
pronounce
name?
their last name
Wait,
correctly.
should we do middle names?
Oh God. Yeah.
We're really getting deep.
Yeah, we're figuring out all of the details about each other.
Lee, closed doors. Lee is trying hard, never giving up, strong man. Well, that's not it. Lee is a person who is the sweetest, the cutest, and the best. Nobody can beat Lee, and Lee is the most perfect person on earth.
10 out of 10.
The absolute love of my life.
10.
All right.
The way his face was.
Alexander. An absolutely amazing young man. Well, that's not it.
A little teasy.
But still amazing. He is tall, tan-skinned, and wonderfully budded. He is the kind of guy who will absolutely have a major crush on it.
That's the first time I've ever heard that budded.
Wonderfully. Let's get a good one here. A true goat, likely to have a huge penis, also likely to be very good, very good looking. Usually a great mix of intelligence and athletic ability. Alexander always gets the ladies and will usually have a great, long, rich life.
Why are you blushing? I saw an Alexander.
Hey, Joe, what's your middle name?
Edward.
That's right. I just wanted to hear it come out of your mouth.
I hope, dude.
Fuck
I
you.
hope that the first line is just like a vampire or something.
Edward is someone who will come into your life unexpected and someone who can never regret in meeting. He has a great sense of humor, full of sarcasm, charming, smart, corny, but most of all, hard-headed. Though that's what makes him who he is. And he makes a great boyfriend too, and I can give that a 10.
Have you ever met an Edward
Uh,
that meets that? Besides
I met an Edwin.
Wait, Edwin, yeah. Edwin.
Edwin.
Edward.
so I
Cullen.
want to look up something real quick. Babe, I want you to read the description to this.
Put Blumpkin.
All right, go ahead and read this.
Oh,
What is
God.
the Aspen pipeline?
The act of pooping into a condom, leaving the rubber overnight, and then inserting it into one's anus. Is this you telling me that's what you...
He's just.
All right, so, hey, Nick, read this one.
Wait, what was the you guys know the scene in the interview where they interview Eminem and he confesses that he's gay?
Right, yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah. And then they're talking about it and he was like he left a breadcrumb trail of gayness or something like that. That's how I felt that was what Ryan was doing there. Leaving a breadcrumb trail. Yeah.
I'm leaving
Anyway.
15 years.
Cleveland Steamer. Wait, let me read this one. The Cleveland Steamer is a far more specific than the listings I've seen here. A sexual act by nature, fetish, parentheses. The Cleveland Steamer is one person craps on another person's chest and very important, then sits down and rocks back and forth like a steam.
Like a steamroller.
boys.
Hell no.
All right, yeah, you gotta look up Blumpkin now. And then I want Joe to read this one.
All right. I gotta get closer to my eyes.
Right, Joe.
Getting a blowjob while sitting on the toilet taking a shit. It has never been pulled off. And anyone who do this, probably someone you wouldn't want doing it to you. That shit was super small.
Okay.
Yeah, so sucking
It has
dick while
never
taking
been
a
pulled
shit
off.
is awesome.
It's unprecedented.
So I want you guys to give me one word, and then somebody else give me the end of that, and so we can make a sentence and see if it's on the Urban Dictionary. So just give me a noun.
Fresh.
And then now give me something, like an actual thing, like
Dog.
Fresh blue dog.
I was gonna say fresh cakes. Wasn't there like a movie or something where he was talking about fresh cakes? You guys not remember that?
Oh God.
Ryan,
I think it was Ted.
Fresh cakes. Applying baby powder to your butt cheeks and your ball sack to prevent chafing.
Hey Ryan, I want you to look up cuck, and I want you to read that description.
Cuck.
Wait, go to the top one.
A man who lets his wife or girlfriend have sex with other men. Often the man lets her do whatever she wants and treat him like shit.
Hey, that's so brutal.
What did he say?
He said it's so brutal.
That's so brutal.
A cuckold.
Cuckold. All right, so cuck. Someone like Will Smith.
Oh shit! Thanks.
All right. Well, this has been the Urban Dictionary.
Wait, no. Wait, are we gonna? Let's do one where we put the words together.
Okay. So
All right, I'll do rubber.
How about rubber bucket?
Okay. All right. I like that.
Nothing.
Damn.
Rubber.
Hey, look up Texas Chili Bowl.
Texas chili bowl.
Oh my God! It involves Tabasco sauce, like telephone in the anus.
Let's look at this one. Involves Tabasco and telephone and the anus. It can be assumed that the telephone is covered in the Tabasco sauce, then inserted into the recipient's ass, possibly vagina for women, for maximum discomfort.
I've seen it on South Park once.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, that was the Urban
Well,
Dictionary.
Yeah, guys, this is that was a lot.
More podcast.
This has been more. Yeah.
Okay, as we're winding into the latter half of into the latter part of this podcast, let's go ahead. After all that dismay, let's talk about something a little bit more wholesome. Being the New Year's coming up, you guys. Let's talk about 2022, things we liked that we did personally, like personal review, things we liked, things we didn't like, and things we could do better. And where do you want to go in 2023? What standards do you want to hold yourself to? What are some goals you want to accomplish? And what do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 2023?
Well, honestly, if I could start it off, I felt like in 2023, in 2022, I was able to find a lot about myself and like what I like to do and like the kind of person that I am and what I want to represent going forward in my life. And obviously, like I talk about the festivals a lot, but finding great purpose in that, meeting like a ton of amazing people in that scene and just the whole environment, really, I'm very blessed to be now a part of moving forward. And I'm just excited to go to more shows and make more of an impact on those shows. But something I've come to the realization in that I'm going to, use going forward into 2020 to 2023 is that, so like, I love my passions and everything, along the lines of like art and creativity. But I was asking myself questions about like what I want to do for work and what I wanted, like where I want to live in the next year or so. And really, I want a job that gives me access, not in the industry. Like, okay, I don't want to work in this industry, but like, I want to have a job where it's close to the access. I can access things that I'm passionate about. Like I can go to shows down the road. I can go to a city and go and like, do different stuff that I like to do. I don't like to be restrained to a certain environment. Like I want to find an environment where Nicholas Manus thrives the most because he can do things that he loves to do. And then I figured like I don't have to work in a job, I want to make a difference in my work environment, right? But that doesn't have to be something I'm passionate about, nor does it have to be something that I have to use creativity. Like I can make a difference in other people's lives and make a difference in my work environment and have a professional career that's outside of my passions and my things I like to do in my personal life. And I think it was very important for myself anyways to make that distinction, so I didn't get so caught up in like, oh, this is what I love to do. Like, how can I get into this one thing that I love to do? But in reality, like maybe, yes, you should be passionate about what you do, but that can be two separate entities, you know, in a sense. So long story short, like moving forward into 2023, I just want to be able to find a job where I can make a difference to start my professional career, but that allows me the freedom to do everything I'm passionate about on the side and express my full authentic self. And then I think that if I can do things that express my full authentic self and I find a job that I like that makes an impact, then hand in hand, those things will elevate themselves.
Go together. Beautiful.
I think that's great. I think that's a good vision for the future, is like, don't settle for any kind of situation that isn't exactly what you want. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we've seen that, you know, settling for a position where, you're being taken care of financially or whatever it may be, you're still missing out on the wholesome stuff and the stuff that makes you feel, the fulfilling side of things, the things that you really want to live for and you want to put your energy into.
Keep going.
For sure. And I think too, like as we get more answers to, you know, what we want to do and learning more about ourselves, there's more questions. And I think it's very important. Like I've been getting this kind of advice just like over the past few weeks, and I've been thinking a lot more on it. It's like, just ask more questions to yourself. Like ask yourself questions. What do you want to do for work? Like, what do you want to do in your personal time? Like, how do you, like, what are specific things that you can do in a work environment that you want to provide to a certain company? Or like, I think it's very, like, there was a big gray area for myself in like passion and professional career. And like I said, like obviously for some that can be one thing, and that's really cool. But for myself, at least in this stage of my life, I think that removing that gray area and just keeping one over here and one over here, it gives me more clarity in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure. I like that a lot. And yeah, I guess when I look back at my 2022, I feel as though a lot has happened. Also, not a lot has happened, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. And, you know, this year more than ever, I've been more focused on health and wellness and taking care of my body and what I'm putting in my body food wise and stuff like that. So I think like I want to continue that, and I want to continue holding myself to that standard, because I know when I eat right, good whole foods, and I work out and I sleep right, I know I feel better than ever. And that feeling allows me to keep continuing forward down the right path and moving into a place where I want to be, rather than not doing that. So I think just like continuing that and into 2023 is big, like keeping that momentum. And I think 2023 is going to be a breakout year. Really. I think this year was kind of quiet for me. I don't know. It's like, you know, we obviously were in Key West, and then the whole rest of the year we've been here in Boca Raton, like one location, where it hasn't been like that for me for the past 5 years. You know, every 6 months I'm traveling somewhere new, I'm going somewhere else. So I think there's a lot to come in 2023, and I'm really excited for it. But I'm grateful for where I am and eager about where I'm going. And that's that. So and also the birth of the MMMORE podcast, throwing mitts and all the stuff that's really brought us closer and stuff like that was birthed in 2022. So I'm very grateful for that as well.
Yeah. This year was great. It was different. Like Ryan said, I used to travel a lot too, and being in one place for a while, it got me a little stir crazy, but I was able to take care of myself, got my yoga teacher training. I was able to visit all 50 states by the age of 25. And that was a huge milestone in my life and something that I will be forever grateful for. So that's a really cool thing to happen in 2022. As for like 2023, I'm excited to just continue building and continue growing, and just loving on myself and loving the people around me and showing compassion to every person and everything around me. That's something I've been teaching myself and trying to like really harness and really hone into, is like compassion is where it all begins. And so carrying that into the new year as well.
I think my 2022 has taught me a lot. I really think 2022 has grown me up, like as a person. I think, like from even a year ago, like right before I even came, I was not in a good situation. Not doing nothing but just getting high and just seeing. Oh shit, my bad. Not doing nothing but getting high and just seeing where the next spot was. Just to drink and whatever. But moving to Key West, it kind of like opened up my eyes, like, you're away from everybody that you're so used to being around, because you guys have done this traveling thing a little more than I have. I feel like this is my first real big step. So, like, it grew me up a lot, and, like, my mind's more open to things, I feel like. But I feel like I know what I want now. So, like, it gives me clarity. Like, being out here and being like, all right, Key West was cool, but, next year is really time I need to push myself by myself. You all three of you guys have been an amazing help to me the past, 2-3 years, helping me, get in this type of position, introducing me to new stuff all the time, almost every day. I would have never thought I'd do a podcast. You know what I mean? I would have never thought I'd like just kick it in a limo with you guys going to Miami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd work on like, in the Florida Keys on super nice resorts, 5-star hotels. Like, I never thought that type of life would be for me. So if I could do this in 2022, just this past 11 months doing what I do, I think 2023 is going to be a real, shoot up, climb up year for me.
Dude, and I think that a lot. It's like over the past year, like if we enjoyed the past year and you take that energy and you're like, oh, in this year, I'm about to make this year way better. Like I sometimes think of like, how in the world could this next upcoming year, be what this last year was? And the thing is, at the end of next year, I'm going to be thinking the same thing about the year after that. And it's just like every year we're just going to keep on just going up and up and up. And, we hope the same for everybody. We hope that you guys are reaching goals and doing things that, make yourselves who you authentically are as a person, whether that be in your personal life, your work life, or any area of your life at all,
For sure.
You gotta be. Go ahead, Ryan.
Having the support of like, I was just talking to Celina about this, but like having people with those like-minded goals and who like kind of like I'm just a guy who runs off of competition. You know what I mean? So if I have somebody who's like keeping me accountable, like doing better every single year and like actually seeing returns and stuff like that, I'm more inclined to make that shit happen,
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
It's all about the people you have around you, believe it or not. Like, you are who your environment is, and basing off what Nick said, being your full authentic self, like, man, if I were to give advice to anybody, man, just stand on what you say, bro. You know what I mean? Just in all general, if you really want to change your life and you really want to do stuff, nobody's going to do that shit for you but you. Nobody knows what you truly want but you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take the risk, You got to be uncomfortable in order to be comfortable once you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I have to say.
Yeah, once you sit in the uncomfortableness and you get familiar with that and that starts to feel normal, then there's no situation that can rock you,
It's how you respond to the uncomfortable is how you go through it all, I would say.
I think in comparison from like this year to like last year, 2021, like the person I was at the beginning of 2021 into now, like seeing 2 years full developmental growth is like crazy to me based on just where we were all living, all of our present situations, and then just seeing where we're all at now. It's amazing just to see, what it's not like we have come a far way, you know what I mean? But it's just crazy the differences in who we are as people. And
the memory of us at Ocean Reef came up today when we took that picture on Christmas.
Dude, Sierra came over and we were all hanging out, going through our Snapchat memories of all of those months we were there, all of the photos, the videos, and like, holy shit, it really
my camera roll of like everything from those like months at Ocean Reef Club.
Hell yeah.
Time.
Ocean Reef really was fun.
Shout out everybody at Ocean Reef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ocean Reef, ORC.
We didn't know what we had until we was gone
Except
there.
for Ashley. If you're watching this, these are for you.
Who?
Ashley. And Doug.
Hell yeah.
These are for you right here.
But things are
Not
for
Doug from the
everyone.
beach. We love you, Doug from the beach. Doug
Yeah, we
LaFond.
love
We love you, Doug.
Yeah, not talking about Doug from the beach.
Doug LaFond. Okay, well that was Christmas and our New Year's resolutions, I guess. I'm super hype and I'm super hyped to carry this podcast into 2023 with you guys and fucking keep going. You know what I mean? What we're like, this is episode 16. You got to think once we hit episode 52, that means we'll be doing this every week for a year. So let's keep on keeping on, boys.
Yes,
Fuck yeah.
absolutely.
There's so much more to come. And Celina Undernear, thank you so much for being our guest on today's episode.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Celina.
Yeah, this was awesome. And this is the More Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, your parents, and your enemies too. Give it to everyone. This is the More Podcast. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, gangsters.
Happy holidays.